When you were making your decisions as to whether or not to play this season, you talked about wanting clarity from the Big Ten as far as their procedures and things like that. So I guess just what's your reaction to what's going on with the outbreak at Wisconsin and seeing that resulted in a game being canceled? What is your level of confidence in the Big Ten right now?
I can't really worry about other teams. I can only worry about my team. So with my team, I'm very confident. Everybody's taking the protocols day by day, doing what they're supposed to do, staying with wearing their mask. So I just can't worry about other teams. I only worry about what's happening here right now.
Coach Day the other day said that it's still something that he's been pounding into you guys, but what are you individual players doing to hold each other accountable? Because obviously the coaches aren't always around. So what sort of message is there? Are you ever in a position where you're telling a guy, don't do this, or are you seeing that happening around the team?
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of leaders just telling young guys to stay in. I know it's your freshman year. You want to go out, go have fun, but just sacrifice just a little bit of too much just for us. And they've been doing well right now. So just we keep on doing that. Keep on talking to everybody. Just making sure we stay inside, wear our masks if we go out to get some food or anything. Just make sure we wear our masks everywhere we go. At the end of the day, it's COVID-19. You just don't know how people's getting it. So at the end of the day, as long as I feel like people just wear their masks, we'll be straight.
Next, Andy Anders.
Yeah, Shaun, I was just curious. You guys had some trouble against the tight ends with Nebraska. Obviously, Pat Freiermuth is a big challenge this weekend at that position. Without giving too much away, what have you guys done to adjust to that part of the passing game?
To be honest, we haven't done nothing yet. In our play scheme, we just had practice yesterday, so we haven't really done that yet. We talked about the tight end a couple of times. Talked with Pete, talked with Barron, talked with Proc, and then myself. We all talked about just the tight end, like different ways we could guard him and stuff like that. But we haven't really put no scheme in.
What did you talk about with Proc and Warner? You mentioned talking to those guys. What was kind of the consensus about that?
Just the tight end, how good he is. He's a very elite tight end. Really doesn't like to block. He'll block, but doesn't like to block. Has great hands. Guys run great routes. He did a stick knot last week against Indiana. That was like perfect. So just helping them boys out, and just giving them some tips and stuff from last year.
Thank you.
Next, Austin Ward.
Shaun, I know that was a tough play and the coverage was good, but you didn't hold on to the football for that pick. Considering how, maybe few opportunities you might have this year, were you kicking yourself over that? How did you respond to putting it on the ground?
I definitely was kind of hard on myself about dropping it, but at the end of the day, it's a PBU. But I got my hands on the ball. Like I said, it's just for the team, it's not for myself. I'm back, and that's just for the team, it's not for myself. So really just looking forward to this week. Last week is last week. Really looking forward to this week. It's gonna be a big week this week. So.
Coach Combs talked about that one after the game. How great everything looked leading up to that catch. How did you feel in that first first time to really show what you could do at that outside spot that you look forward to for so long?
It felt good. Been looking for it for a long time, but at the end of the day, it was different on the field with just no fans and stuff. Not gonna lie about that, it's different. But at the end of the day, we pump each other up on the sideline, get each other hype on the sideline. So that's what's different about this year and last year. It's like the team pumping everybody up and making sure everybody's hype and ready to play instead of the fans.
Thanks, man.
Up next, Bill Rabinowitz.
Hi, Shaun. You're one of the few players that actually has experienced a whiteout at Penn State. First of all, what was that like, that experience of playing there? And how much are you going to miss not having that atmosphere this week? Or like it?
I love the whiteout. That's it's definitely a challenge, a big stage in college football, a big stage in our life as a Buckeye. I really was looking forward to it this year, but it didn't happen. But that's probably one of the funniest and best games that I've ever been a part of in my college career. So I really love the whiteout. I love the competition. I love their fans just trying to rile us up and all that. I love that because at the end of the day, when we go there and we win, it shuts them up. So I really wish they had it this year, but at the end of the day, COVID-19 hit, so it can't do nothing about it.
You were obviously the leader of the secondary, and Nebraska didn't test you guys deep all that much. How do you feel that your unit is progressing right now?
At first, we came in the game timid, which is a lot of players' first time starting playing in general. So I understand that feel. I'm glad we got that out the way. And I felt we was playing very well, making tackles, shedding blocks, and making tackles. So we really didn't get challenged downfield, like you said. But this week is definitely gonna be a challenge with their number 5. They got 3 in the slot. They got 11, 13. All of them are kind of deep ball fast guys, and the quarterback will throw it. So we'll definitely have a challenge this week.
Thanks, Shaun.
Up next, Stephen Means.
Hey, Shaun, I know one of the reasons you came back is for the opportunity to play outside, and now that you've had a full game under your belt playing that, and when you go back and look at the film, were you pretty happy with what you were able to do in that first opportunity?
You could say that. I know I got more in me, but you could say I was pretty happy. But I definitely know I got more in me. Me and Coach Collins talked and said we definitely had more in me. But it was the first experience outside in a real game, so it was fun, and I loved it.
And you have a lot of experience in that slot, and you guys are playing 2 new guys, Marcus and Cam there. With your experience, especially within this scheme last year, how are you maybe helping those 2 guys through that, one with the first and second down situations and the other guy in the third down pass situation? How are you helping them kind of adjust to that role?
Just giving them some ideas and tips that I did last year, playing on, playing off, when to play on, when to play off, how to guard certain people, just helping them with different tips. It's definitely a different adjustment for everybody. So with Marcus, he might have something that feels more comfortable than Cam or with me when I play slot. So it's different. It's a different adjustment for everybody.
What's harder, outside or inside?
I have those things. I have to wait till the end of the year to give you that answer.
All right. Thanks.
Next, Spencer Holbrook.
Shaun, you talked about the challenges that the Penn State outside receivers present to you. Do you look forward to that challenge almost as much as you did last year when you were going against a team like Clemson?
Oh yeah, definitely. But their receivers, they're quick and fast guys. Watching them from last year to this year, they're definitely different receivers, especially number 5. Very quick guy, deep ball threat. You see, he had the deep ball against Indiana. So they got great receivers there. They got a great quarterback. He'll keep the play alive at any time. And he can scramble. He's very very fast. Can scramble, get out the pocket. So really, it's going to be a challenge for our defense in general, just not our secondary. Our D line, our linebackers. They down to their third string running back, but they got all their O linemen back. So at the end of the day, like it's on the O lineman, not the running back. So the running back makes the cuts, but the O lineman pushes the piles.
Was it kind of disappointing for you to, as an outside corner, looking to make your name out there, to have your first game be against Nebraska, who runs the ball and wasn't really going to challenge you at all out there?
I wouldn't say it was disappointment. All I care about is getting the win at the end of the day. So.
Up next, Dan Hope.
Hey, Shaun, when you were out there on Saturday, did you think at all about how close it was to that not happening again?
No, not really. I was just happy to be on the field, to be honest. It was kind of sad not having fans, but I was just happy to be back in the shoe, to play in the shoe again, getting the opportunity just to play with everybody, play with different people on the field from last year, not having Jordan Fuller, Damon Arnett, Jeff Okuda, and having just different people, seeing how they react to when things go bad and how they react to when things go good. So it was definitely a good experience just to learn more about my teammates in a real game experience.
When you've gone through, everything this summer and, almost opting out and opting back in, does that make you appreciate this opportunity to play more?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just not having football in general makes me appreciate football and the game more. And then having this team make me appreciate the Ohio State alum, just Ohio State in general, and then appreciate my teammates. There's a lot of great players here, and they're doing big things, and they're sacrificing a lot just to play this season. They're sacrificing 2 months of their life where they can't go out. They have to stay in and wear a mask everywhere just to play in two months of a football season. So it's definitely a blessing just to be around these type of players.
Thanks, Shaun.
Up next, Dennis Dodd.
Okay. Hey, Shaun. I wonder what, from your perspective, is different about Justin Fields this year.
Oh, that vegan diet.
Yeah.
He slipped up. He slipped up a lot. Lost some weight. Toned up, and he looks good. Arms stronger. He has great receivers out there that he's throwing the ball to. Great old line. So it's Justin. At the end of the day, he's a guy. He's a guy. He's a dude that can do anything, and the sky's the limit for him.
Is he trying to push the vegan diet on anybody?
I talked to him about it. I thought about it, but I was like, nah, I can't do it. I'm too skinny for that. So
Okay. How about leadership? Is there anything different? I mean, we obviously know how good he is, Heisman finals and everything. Taking control more, anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just getting a year under his belt from last year, and then coming into this year, he definitely had to step up, being more vocal, talking to the offense, talking to the defense. But his leadership it definitely has grown. He's definitely, I won't say a different person, but he adds more characteristics to himself.
Great, thank you.
Up next, Brendan Gulick.
Hey, Shaun. Nathan asked you about the Wisconsin situation. I was kind of hoping I could build off that for a second. Does seeing how things can fall apart for a team so quickly. I mean, they had no negative tests before Friday's game from players or coaches, and then bang, all of a sudden, now they're not playing a game this weekend. Does that kind of help you guys live in the moment a little bit better and just sort of be grateful for what you've got today?
Definitely. We really didn't talk about it as a team yet, but just as a unit and talking to like a couple friends and teammates, it definitely is a blessing just to embrace the moment that you have now. Like, cause it can be taken away just like that. Like we talk about every week. We got to focus on this week, not next week or the week after, because this week is the most important week that we have right now. This day is the most important day. So you just got to focus on what you got right now, because at the end of the day, nothing is promised. And you see with Wisconsin, they lost a couple players, and they had to sit out for 7 days, and those players are done for 3 weeks. So you gotta focus on what you got now. You can't be ahead of yourself when you beat a team or anything. You still have to quarantine. You still have to wear your mask, and you still have to be a grown man about your work. So.
I know you touched a little bit already on how you were grateful for being able to play on Saturday and enjoying working with your teammates. Do you have a moment or a routine or something that you do pregame, whether it was just this week or something you've done throughout your career, something where maybe you take a couple minutes to yourself to just be grateful for what you have and then let all the hype of the team and all the adrenaline kind of take over from there?
Every game I pray at the same spot. Every game, no matter home or away, I go to the 50-yard line when we come out and I pray. And I just be thankful for where I'm at, be thankful for who I'm playing with, just who my parents are at the end of the day, who God put me around, learning different characteristics from a lot of people. And I just pray on the 50-yard line every game. So that's something, a routine. I do that every game.
Love that. Thanks, man.
Up next, Patrick Murphy.
Shaun, you talked about your play on the outside, the slot guys. How would you grade what Seven was able to do in his first major action? And then just the secondary as a whole, a lot of new guys out there, a lot of new faces. How do you kind of evaluate your guys' performance on Saturday, even though you weren't tested a ton?
It was rough at first, but we definitely came back and stuck to the game plan and just wrapped up and made tackles. That's what's been a lot of problem in the college football game today. Is people have not been wrapping up because you haven't had camp and you didn't have spring. So it's just hard to just tackle in practice when you got play in 4 weeks during camp and that's during school. So definitely was different, but. With Seven's doing great. He's going to do great things definitely this week. Last week really didn't challenge us, so we really can't say nothing. With the secondary as a whole, I know we're going to be good. We got a lot of smart players. You got athletes on the field. You see Hook is a great safety back there. He gets players down. You see Prop can play any position. He plays safety, perfect cover safety. He play corner at my end. So we just got a lot of athletes. We got a lot of depth. Really just looking forward to this week. This week is definitely going to be a challenge for us and us and our D-line, and it's just really looking forward to it.
And you touched on the lack of fans there, but you did have Coach Combs back on the sideline. How much energy did that bring to things?
He brings the energy every game, no matter what. He brings it in practice, the meetings, and everything. So I'm glad to have him back. Glad to have his energy. Glad to have his coaching. Different things he's been teaching us since he's been back in the NFL. So just glad to have him back in gym.
Thanks, Shaun.
Next, Tim May.
Hey, Shaun, I was just wondering, last time I first time I remember this kind of thing, I call it the Shaun Spring syndrome. You're kind of out there all by yourself, hoping maybe sometimes they'll throw the ball at you and stuff. But what's it like now being out there on the corner and people having a reputation, knowing your reputation, et cetera, and maybe just getting sporadic action?
It's fun. Really been looking for it. This is what I wanted, and this is what I wanted, and just wanted in my future. But it's fun. Just really looking forward to this week because I know this week is just going to be that challenge for everybody. So last week they really didn't throw the ball, but this week is definitely going to be that challenge. So I've definitely been in that playbook, looking at film a lot, talking to others, giving them tips that I feel like will help them, and they're just taking it day by day, like I've been saying. So just really looking forward to this week.
Yeah, and what just jumps out at you about Penn State and their offense from what you saw from Saturday's game? I don't know how much video you've actually watched to this point, but I don't even know if you got to watch the end of that game. I'm sure you did maybe, but just what jumps out at you about their offense more than anything else?
Explosive. I feel like they didn't really lose too many pieces. They lost KJ Hamler, number 1, but now they got number 3. He's a freshman. He actually remind me of KJ a little bit. He's probably way more than him, but they really. I feel like they're the same team for last year, in my opinion. Especially on the offensive side, it's like not too many pieces have been left. So.
Thanks, man.
And last question belongs to Gianna Galley.
Hi, Shaun. Penn State Media here. Cornerback to cornerback, I'm just curious. Have you gotten the chance to feel inspired and learn from a guy like Joey Porter? And, is there something or anything that you've been able to sort of maybe grow with him in a personal connection and something you want to see from him? Not only in this game, but you're excited to just see him grow as a player.
I'm just excited to see everybody grow. Especially, I'm just excited for everybody to grow, and that's just me in life. I want to see people grow and get better in life in general. So I'm definitely excited. I'm definitely excited to learn from different people, not just him, but just from different people in general. I love to learn, and I love to see everybody grow. It don't have to just be my family or somebody I know. It could be somebody I see from a distance and I see them growing. That's just a blessing in disguise that people don't notice. Like, I love to see people grow and get better in life.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to click on that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. And come visit us over at BuckeyeGrove.com for all the best Ohio State information on the web.